This is day 3 of our Taiwan tour, October 2018. We visited a number of tourist attractions, and one of them was the Cigu Salt Mountain. And if you pause this, you can read all about it, but basically the salt mine that was originally there worked for 338 years before it closed down in 2002, but they created a tourist attraction, which is the Salt Mountain. It's only 16 metres tall, but it's still the highest point in the southwest coast national scenic area, and it's frequented by a whole heap of Japanese tourists, who the tourist agencies in Japan promote it as a salt healing mineral, so the Japanese love that sort of thing. The day we visited, the wind was really strong, so I've turned the volume down for that. You can see the old salt lake, although it's not being used. And as the video pans around, you'll see that they've also developed a museum or fun park sort of thing. And on the day we were there, they were having a bit of a festival. Not sure what it was all about. But inside the main building was salt or ice scenes, and I think sand as well. So just have a look at these photographs. Not far from the Cigu Salt Mountain tourist attraction was a temple that we went and visited. Unfortunately, I didn't get to find out the name of it, so you can just have a look at the photographs. Here's a selfie of Linda and I, and outside the front was a typical Chinese or Japanese dragon. I suppose it's a Chinese dragon. And the temple was absolutely beautiful, both outside and inside. There was a courtyard, and I think there was a school in there somewhere, and that's because we saw some what looked like students wandering around. Inside the building, we took a few photographs. Here's a photograph of Ling, one of Linda's deaf friends. Now, I'm not sure what time we visited this ice cream shop in Taichung City, but it was very, very cheap and very, very lovely. And we watched one of the people making the ice cream for us. We got 2 big bowls. We emptied them, of course, because it was so delightful. Mango and bananas and mango ice cream, and it was gorgeous. We don't often eat ice cream, but it was delightful. There was another sweet that we tried, or Linda tried. I wasn't that keen on it. Somewhere along our travels, we stopped for lunch at a mountain restaurant, and we were shouted to lunch by one of the people taking us around looking at the different attractions. I don't know what Taiwanese call this, but I think it's a Chinese style steamboat lunch with lots of different things, chicken and fish, etc. And the restaurant was on the side of a mountain near the road that took us up to another tourist attraction. And here's Ling and Linda playing the fool for the camera. And here's a panoramic shot overlooking the farm area where we'd just driven up from. We headed off for Siraya National Park to look at the fire and water spring. And here's if you pause this, you can have a look at the national park map. And there's a plaque. And if you pause this one, you can read the story about the Kirin fire cave. Although we didn't go into the cave, I don't think you can. But here's the continuous fire, and I don't know why Linda was praying. I used it as an opportunity to rest, because by that stage I was suffering from sore feet and sore back and everything else that goes with it. You're getting older. Halfway between Taichung and Tainan cities, there's a temple called Xuankong Fa Temple, and it's especially noted for its beautiful gardens and pines and other lovely stuff. So we had a really good look around this fairly large garden through what they called the wandering paths, and there was the different statues and things and petrified wood and fossils, all in a touristy type atmosphere. And of course for the locals it meant something, exotic evil spirits and all that sort of gear. So you can just watch all the photographs as we go through them. And one of the areas was a little temple. I'm not sure what this was, whether it's wood carving or petrified rock carved into spirits. But here's some of the, I think, limestone growths, and then some marble statues. There's a lot of statues that were scattered around the gardens. Obviously we missed the Chinese New Year, but here's some of these petrified fossils and some other sculptural work. My wife took a number of landscape panoramic type shots, and here's a photograph of Ling standing in amongst all the bonsai type trees. And then there was part of the garden was all these little images, I presume, of different evil spirits or spirits. And then Linda had some fun feeding the goldfish. And then it was time to leave and head back to TAIWAN City. We had dinner with the small group, and I was exhausted by that stage, and so it was hard to keep focus. One of the attractions, we had to get a stamp on our hands that probably says that we're stupid foreigners, can't speak a word of Chinese. But this soup was actually very nice and very cheap. So we visited the Cigu Salt Mountain, the Xuankong Fa Temple and the Siraya Foreign Water Spring. It's the end of another exciting video, or day 3 of our Taiwan tour, October 2018. The video was produced by myself.